Hello everyone. It's a great honor to be with you today. Um, I would love first to introduce myself. My name is Lopeyok Mosque. I am the founder and the team leader of Karamoja Youth Effort to Save Environment called KAYESE 256. I am honored today to share with you the actions and environmental accountability in the Karamoja region to climate change. As far as you all know, youth are taking action worldwide. Let me start with Africa. In Africa, we have a lot of movements, like Holiday Network Africa. We have GYBN, African chapter, and then we also have the Climate Justice Show, which brings a great number of youth climate activists across Africa to discuss more the best ways we can tackle climate change, and at the same time trying to weigh the population as they try to cabin also the issues related to sexual reproductive health, because population always brings much about to climate change currently, as far as those people we had with those people that day. And then let me narrow up to Uganda. We have a couple of networks. KAYESE 256 is a member of the GYBN team, Holiday Network Africa. We also have Girls for Climate. We also have Climate Action Network, Can Uganda. Then and many more, including YGG. So youth are taking many actions to curb climate change. One of them which I can try to bring out today is there are many tree planting activities across the country. Everywhere you go, you see another team is planting trees where, like in Karamoja, KAYESE 256 has built a team of young activists who are committed to protecting biodiversity. And the only action they can now do is they advocate for restoration and at the same time take action by planting trees actively. And that's one of the great achievements. So Karamoja has never been actually awake on that, but now we are very happy that through our simple advocacy activities, we're able to reach out to a number of young people and motivate them to be part of the climate change movement. So that's one of the biggest achievements as far as I know. And then another thing which is also important for us to note is young people are now passionate. They're putting themselves too much. They have become too passionate about protecting the environment. Currently, I addressed advertise for the climate researchers. I was very grateful that most of the young people from our team were like, Frank, I'm going to apply for this. I'm going to apply for this. I told them, go on, as long as supports our cause. So I'm surprised some of them were taking like one of our colleagues, Jemo. Yeah, he's part of the team now, and I was like, I got him doing great work. So those are the small things. You can contribute in many ways. And then young people are going digital now. I know with the highest illiteracy rate in Karamoja, not every young person is really able to access the phone. But those ones who are able, people who are responsible of decision making, all levels, are able to view our concerns. So we believe our digital platforms are helping a lot in passing the information to the target audience. And that's, of course, the government and our stakeholders who are in the move to support these causes. And then another thing which I also know is we have so far launched a number of several campaigns, where the most common activity to all of them was tree planting. We did the Go Green campaign, which is still running otherwise. Though COVID-19 is trying to disrupt us, we're doing well with it. And then we also previously finished the Institutional Green program, where we realized that churches, schools have much land, but they lacked trees. So we mobilized for trees. We fundraised locally, even though we did not have really much support, since we didn't have any current funding. We did a great work. Young people are planting trees. Every weekend, like currently during lockdown, young people are going to climb the mountain. We met the community of the Teped who live on top of Mount Moroto. We talked to them about the best way to conserve the environment on top of the mountain, because they are beginning to cut the trees again to sell logs down to people who are here. So we are telling them how sustainable is this. So those are the small things, small actions that young people are taking. Yeah. Meanwhile, Let's also talk about the environmental accountability in relation to Karamoja region. We are very well aware that Karamoja is enriched with a number of minerals. We have gold, we have marble, we have limestone, name it, uranium, everything that's a mineral, it's in Karamoja. And I am telling you, these minerals have attracted a number of investors to the region. Currently, we have 11 companies operating in Karamoja region, but 4 are not active, but 7 are active. Now, these companies, when they come to Karamoja, they do know, I don't know whether they follow the right procedures as to why they should acquire a license to operate, maybe to go and do mining somewhere, or maybe extract any mineral. So we realize that there is a gap. You realize that an investor comes from Kampala and goes and says he has a license to operate in this area. So no community consent has been set. They just come and displace people like that. Now, how about the animals that live in that kind of area that they have taken? No one considers that. But when you try to follow up how the company comes in, they say everything was done at the national level, on top there. Now, for us here, who are not activists, we go through their MOUs. Nothing favors actually about not restoration plans. Although they have restoration plans, they do not really try to comply to the issues outlined in the MOUs. So, this a case in the study is Toro Cement. Toro Cement so far has destroyed over 300 acres of land in Tapash sub-county. That's where they are mining limestone from. So, when they try to follow up do they have any restoration plans? Before we go too far again, we realize that they have another license to go ahead and destroy another forest again. So this tells us that there is already a gap somewhere with the licensing authority, like me say the Department of Geological Surveys, and maybe NFA and NEMA, all those bodies who have control over those natural resources. So you cannot keep on ever extracting marble while you're cutting down trees. Some people even actually, the worst ones are again artisanal miners. Artisanal miners do not know anything about environmental law. All they do is they want to extract the gold. If it means breaking a big marble stone, these days they cut a big tree and then burn it on top of a rock to weaken the rock. So trees are destroyed every day, and I don't know whether this natural resource officer and the forest environmental officer in the district, what's their work actually? You try to ask them about what role they have played. You realize all they do is try to write the reports and wait for their salaries. And this is one of the reasons as to why the environment is actually getting degraded every day. We also, I don't know whether all of you know that the Karamoja is a semi-arid area, and it has suffered many years of little rain. And with this kind of activities happening, like let me say charcoal burning is hitting the region. Like let me say in Moroto district, we have it's growing quickly in Tapach. I mean in Rupa sub-county, Naduget sub-county, in Napaka district, it's much in Hiriri, since they still have some shrubs around, and then it is highly and so severe in Nabilatuki district and Nakapripirit. So if no actions are taken, then we don't know what will happen next. We might end up becoming a desert. Like let me talk about Mount Kadam in Nakapripirit. People encroached inside to go and create more gardens on top of the mountain. So now this has led to floods in Namalu every time. They no longer, when they try to grow rice, the floods come and see, because the trees that used to suck water from the other top of the mountain no longer do. And you know, of course, Karamoja region is raised, and then the water runoff is too high. So when the water runoff is too high, water flow in a very high speed, and it gets low until it goes to the areas of like Teso region. So these are simple things that people have failed to analyze, that why is the problem. But they know the problem, but they are the very ones causing the problem to themselves. And sometimes a few of us who understand the problem and do not even have abilities to facilitate even somebody to educate them the other side. So this takes us back to limited funding, mostly for grassroots movements like ours. KAYESE is committed to most of these courses, but we are straying because we don't have any money to do all these activities. So another thing which I wanted to bring on board is it's challenging. It's challenging that charcoal burning is happening in the faces of everybody, and no one really wants to. Youth like some young people in our groups are able to. They have the knowledge. They have the ability to do the briquette making. But what do we do? What do we get at the end of the day? Because of limited funding, we cannot afford the machines for the young people to come and do something of that. Now, along the day, things will still run. And then I think I am trying to also relate the issues of now the marble, like the mining companies taking over like the region. I wanted to ask to maybe try to let's take a little about environmental and social impact assessment, whether this NFA follows the right procedures or they just wait for papers to be brought to their table and the community has been done, like the hearing has been conducted. So now let me give you a case of Bungoma Forest, which all of us know in Uganda, except those ones who are not in Uganda. But if you have been following our campaigns, the Save Bungoma Forest campaign. So we realized that NEMA in August 2020 gave out 22 square miles of land for a sugar plantation to AMA Sugar Limited. So these are smaller things which you have to shake. You have to shake these authorities that are responsible. Are they doing everything in line with the Environmental Act? So these small things affect us a lot, the advocates. It affects us a lot, young people. And then the other biggest challenge when it comes to accountability is when a younger person wants some information. Because people even in the environmental committees at the district level are in relation against the CAO, the LC5, the RIDC. There is no gap for a young person. That how can we then be able to share some things of that kind to them when they are the very people who sign papers allowing maybe like example last year, no, in 2018, NFA issued they wanted to give out Elie Forest in top of Mount Moroto, that it is ready for harvest. They were calling people who are interested to come and harvest the forest. And we have to stand out as a community and say, like, hey, do we know it? We are already a desert and you want to cut those trees. So what? Have you planted any trees? NFA is claimed that they are planting many trees every year. But I have not even seen any forest of NFA even anywhere in the Karamoja region. So these are the simple things that if we have to go to facts, we have to see how to change some of the policies which allows these people to harvest in forest anyhow without even considering many of the effects on us. Now young people are now affected more. We know that 70% of young people are already employed in the agricultural sector. And mostly Karamoja, the way our livelihood depend, we are agro-pastoralists. We depend on agriculture, and that is crop farming and livestock rearing. So now, if we lack water, because it turns to a desert, if we lack water for our crops, and again water for our animals, how shall we survive? I am therefore trying to be able to complement everybody so that they are supposed to consider most things before they think about signing any paper. And to the young people, let's not stop the movement. Let's fight harder. One day we shall defeat climate change. And to the donors and maybe national NGOs that are already established who have enough money, in case you get a funding, it's good to partner with local ICBOs like ours. We can work together and cause some change, because we, the people in the communities here, know our problem. And it's always good for us to work together, because we shall let you know what we are doing and what we need. And then there we see how to work together to come to a common cause. And to everyone that has come today to this great discussion, I want to tell you once more, thank you so much, and thank you so much once more. My name is Lopeyok Francis Mosque. I am the team leader of Karamoja Youth Effort Save Environment, KAYESE 256. Thank you so much. See you again. I'll be waiting for, in case you have some comments, maybe something you want to add up, maybe want me to learn something, I'll be grateful to hear from you. I'll be right here with you at this great moment. Thanks a lot.